Welcome back to Project 94 for another Diecast review here on the channel. And today we got another classic Diecast review. I mean, it's not really classic because it's only a couple of years ago, but for me, it's still nostalgic to go back and review some of these older Diecasts. And this one right here is an older Tyler Reddick Diecast. And as a supporter of Tyler Reddick, yes, I do like Tyler Reddick as a driver. He's one of my drivers that's on my favorite drivers list. So I really had to make sure we get some Tyler Reddick Diecast reviews here on the channel. Hopefully we get some of his 2311 cars made. But for now, we're going to be taking a look at Tyler Reddick's 2019 GimmieRadio.com Killswitch Engage Chevrolet Camaro for RCR's number 2 entry. And I gotta say, this car was an authentic and exclusive diecast. This was exclusive. This was not made in the Gold Series, so you really gonna have a hard time finding this, I feel like. And I'm really glad I was able to get my hands on it. This is a really, really cool paint scheme. Really artistic looking design. From an artistic standpoint, this looks fantastic. And of course, it's a different sponsor for a diecast, a new sponsor for a diecast that we've never gotten before in the 164. So I'm really happy this car found its way into the NASCAR Authentics line, of course. I'm not sure how you could still find it to this day, but if you're able to find it somehow, and if you see it somehow, get it. You're gonna wish you had it. And if you're a Tyler Reddick fan, you're gonna want as many diecasts as you can get for him. It's pretty hard to get diecasts of his made, apparently. So, yeah, really, really cool diecast. So here's the front of it. You got number 2. The 50th anniversary of RCR, which was 2019. That's when this car was run. You have Killswitch Engage on the hood right there with the really, really cool Rockstar looking logo. This is a rock band, so pretty cool to have a diecast with a rock band on. I do really enjoy rock music myself, and looking at the inside of it, you could see how bent and destroyed that interior is. Look at that roll bar. Side roll bar is scrunched in on this thing. So yeah, guys, the quality control of these diecasts back then and still today were absolutely horrendous. You have Moog, Edelbrock, and Sunoco. You have Goodyear right there. NASCAR Xfinity Series Playoffs, Mechanics Wear, ARP, Duralast Brakes, Holley MSD. Round of 12, this was a playoff car, so you're going to have the playoff banners and all that. Doesn't have the windshield banner because it's an Authentics car. Then you have the round of 12. You have Tyler Reddick with the American flag logo and another symbol of his, the TR for Tyler Reddick. Got number 2. You have KMCG, Lucas, Sherwin-Williams, and God, what is that sponsor underneath? Can't really read that one right there. Too small. Got number 2, the door handle right there for the Xfinity Camaro. Pinnacle, Alsco. You have the little exhaust port detail right there, which is really cool to see that on this car. You have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 race winner stickers right there. KMCG or KCMG. I keep reading that sponsor wrong. I've always done that. Hurdle. Looks like that's what that says. GimmieRadio.com. And Tame the Beast. I really wish we got that Tame the Beast car. That was a really iconic car for Tyler Reddick. On the back, you have the rear view camera, the Chevrolet logo, UMA. I feel like that's supposed to have another sponsor. Wait, don't they usually put Okuma on the back? I kind of remember that. Is that a defect? No way. I don't believe it. How does an entire decal get completely cut off like that? Uma. I've never heard of that. I think it's supposed to say Okuma, but the sponsor was, the decal just got completely ripped off, and I don't see it shipped off anywhere on this car. So how in the world does that happen? I'm just gonna assume that says Okuma right there and not Uma. Just a little hilarious decal flaw right there if that's the case. You got Chevrolet, the rear view camera, number 2. GimmieRadio.com, Camaro. Gimme Radio with a much nicer font. I really like how Gimme Radio looks on the deck lid right there. GimmieRadio.com on the roof. And those are all the sponsors on this car. They spray painted it black. And then, so let's go over the paint scheme. You got the black outline, a red outline, and a white number fill-in for the number 2. I like how the RCR number 2 looks. Don't get me wrong, the Penske one looks beautiful. But I really do like this number 2 for RCR. It looks cool. That font I really like a lot. Got American Ethanol right there. The paint scheme-wise, all black. You're going to have the playoff banners and the splitter and spoiler for the Xfinity. The Xfinity Red, it's called. And, of course, this paint scheme, a majority of it is going to be black, but there's a lot more detail than you probably think. You got red side skirts to match the playoff banners and stuff. I think that's pretty cool. The red side skirts make it look really sharp, and because the exhaust port detail is on there, that's a cool thing to note as well. Red roof, black roof rails, red deck lid, and, of course, the Xfinity Red is a bit different than the red that's used for the paint of the red on the car. It's a little bit different, as you can tell. When you look at it a little bit closer, Xfinity has a slightly different red than the red for GimmieRadio. That means the side skirts are going to be different color from the spoiler and splitter as well. But time for the paint scheme itself. The more detailed aspects of it, I should say. Looks to be radio waves or buildings. As you can see, it's kind of a subtle detail. When you look really close at this diecast, you're going to notice it. Looks pretty cool to me. It wraps around the front of the car. And of course, all around the car in the back here. The back portion of the car. The middle portion's kind of filled in as a full-on shadow right there, which is quite interesting. It's going to be like this on this side as well. It actually, to me, it could be buildings or radio waves, to me. It kind of could be radio waves, because it has like a pixelated look to it. So it would not surprise me if that's what those are, those details on the side. Because, you know, music, radio waves. That's probably what that is. I'd like to say that that's what the inspiration for that deal is. Back is just all black. None of that radio wave stuff back there, just all black. I do love how the red looks on the roof and the deck lid and then on the side skirts. And then on the splitter and spoiler. Just gives the black paint scheme such a sharp look. And now we're going to get to the part everyone has been waiting for. The side graphic on this car. The side graphic. Ignore all those paint chips on the Round of 12 logo and just look at the pure... Now, as somebody that likes art, I like drawing things. I'm a pretty artistic person. I like to put detail in things that I draw. So, yeah. Just looking at that just makes me happy. That really angry line with the smokes and flames coming out of it. The smoke and flames, more like a flame. It's almost like red smoke. It looks really cool, and then his skin just looks wretched. The whole thing just looks wretched. The teeth on the lion. Wow, that looks so cool. This must be their little logo or their little character for the Killswitch Engage deal that they got going. Is that a person right there? Could be a person. I'm not really sure what that is. Nah, it doesn't look like a person. It's just like a normal, like, little white detailing. Could be smoke. It could be more of the lion's hair, probably. It's a really detailed design. When you look at it, people could have different interpretations of it, of what it could be. And that allusion to it is really, really nice. It could be whatever you imagine it to be. And that right there looks like the line has wings. Wow, that's interesting. And of course behind you're going to have like that faded black look to it, which started at the door of the Camaro. That's going to wrap a little bit over the front right here, right by the hood. But yeah, look at that thing. I can imagine when this thing was on the track, it looked fierce. When this thing was at your door, this must have been a fierce paint scheme to have around you, racing around it. It just looks so cool on this car. The GimmieRadio cars, I gotta tell you, some of these like rock star, like music band type of paint schemes, really, their logos and like their brand styles translate really well onto NASCAR race cars. I gotta say that for sure. Of course, you have Goodyear in white to go over on top of all of that. And now it's time for the 360 view. This is definitely one of those cars that you're gonna want to have. It's detailed. It's a mean-looking diecast, especially for your stop motions. The thing looks mean. I mean, look at this thing. This has got to be one of the most fierce Xfinity paint schemes you'll see. And that was the thing with Tyler Reddick. The Tame the Beast car, that was a fierce car. I love how intimidating this car looks, and all these Tyler Reddicks. And the RCR paint schemes look cool for Xfinity. We'll just put it like that. There's a lot of great ones. And this is definitely one of them. And there were a couple, I remember a couple of other variants of this GimmieRadio painting with different bands. Would have been cool to have a set of multiple of them, but this is the only one we got. And it was in the Authentic. So, I'm grateful to get it. And that right there is Tyler Reddick's 2019 GimmieRadio.com Killswitch Engage playoff paint scheme for Tyler Reddick. And the number 2 RCR entry. Really cool diecast. What do you guys think of it? Do you guys have this one? What's your opinion on it? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Are you wishing you had it? Would love to know what your feedback is on this car, because this is just one of those interesting paint schemes and diecasts to get made, especially on the Tyler Reddick side of things. So I hope you guys enjoyed this diecast review. Comment, like, and subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next diecast review here on the channel. And always remember to make sure you know what you're doing when you're putting decals on your diecasts.